to the Terrordome, baby. We swarm. Welcome to the Terrordome. We swarm. Never knew. We swarm, baby. We swarm, baby. All day long.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week, another episode of Tales from the Terrordome. If you're watching this on YouTube, this man to my right, you might have been like, I've seen this man before because he was on Don V Fridays. He was on VT4L, and then he disappeared from the face of the earth, much like the Virginia Tech Hokies that we once knew and loved. They were gone. But he's back on the scene a little bit, at least tonight. We're hoping that the Hokies are also on that same path to whatever they're about to do. Hopefully they do it correctly. His name is Drift. He's in the building. How you doing, my man?
Dude, I'm doing well, man. It's good to be back on a podcast. Been a long time. I definitely just flew off the radar. But I've always enjoyed being on the podcast and following pretty closely with Virginia Tech. And so good to be back. Feels like home. Pumped to be here. I appreciate the invite to get on here, especially on a week like this where some real news. So it's gonna be a fun one.
Well, it felt like, we were high on we kept hitting that hopium for years, hoping that it was gonna change, and then eventually we OD'd on bad football. So I'm hoping what it follows is the Narcan shot to bring us back, because man, like I couldn't believe, like I went into the South Carolina game not knowing what to expect, and I left Atlanta feeling actually pretty good about what I'd seen for the most part, besides losing. And then first half of Vanderbilt felt the same. Yeah. And then it was like the wheels fell off, like expeditiously, like completely gone. And then it was like, ODU, dude, they just got wrecked like the whole time. I've never seen quit like that before in my life.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because like South Carolina might just like not be as good as we thought they'd be, right? So all of a sudden that loss looks worse than what it did the night of that game. Vanderbilt might be decent-ish, but the loss to ODU is, I mean, we've been down that train before of losing to ODU in Old Dominion, which is a little bit of a different story, but this feels like the nails in the coffin of modern Virginia Tech football, at least as we know it today. And it has to be at the hands of ODU, which I think is pretty funny. Also, like the connections with the coaches, with Brent Pry and everyone who's over there in Virginia Beach. So just a funny way to end the story, And so I'm curious to see where they go from here. And there's a lot of different directions, and I'm not sure that there's a lot of right directions to go. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only right direction is to strip it down, like get rid of everybody from top to bottom in the building. Go out, like get your money up, like bring that money in they've been asking for from the BOV. Hopefully, I feel like that's getting granted. I feel like we're gonna get that money. Like, there's no way. I feel like their back's against the wall on that. So like, if they don't do it, like they look really bad. So I feel like they're kind of forced to give it to us. Need the current handler of that to be finished as well. Like I just alluded to, we need Witt out of here. And then you go find somebody that's so far removed from anything Virginia Tech, just a straight up winner. Bring them in, let them get to it, give them the proper funds to get a proper staff, experienced coordinators, whatever they need. And it's time to stop being a mom and pop shop and become a corporation. Like Jeff Bezos had to leave the garage. It's time for us to leave the garage,
Yeah, I mean, tough time to do it, but it's conference realignment time. It's NIL time. I mean, I think the right play is like you got to get away from hiring like the VT guy, like the dude who's gonna be here for his whole career, and like, oh, he's from Virginia or he's from the Blue Ridge Mountains. He wants to be here, family man. Like, dude, go give me somebody who's gonna be here for 4 years and he's gonna win every single year. He's gonna leave. Fine. But when he leaves, the program's in a much better state. I mean, you can't be you can't act like you're Alabama when you're finding a head coach when you're Virginia Tech. I mean, maybe down the road as you build the program, but looking for the next, Frank Beamer that's going to be here for his entire career, like they tried to do with Brent Pry, is just I don't think it's gonna give you the right pool of candidates that will actually be good.
Right. No, I agree with that. Like you said, give me a mercenary, man. Like somebody that's just gonna come in, like hit it hard, get his cred up, build the program back, and then if another person comes calling, like a Florida or somebody, like thanks, like we'll be all right.
I mean, they have to figure out a way to be like, you're not a blue blood, but you can develop blue blood coaches, and then at a certain point, maybe you hit on one that stays. And so
Yeah.
like I think that's the formula. And also like you can take that a step further into the player world too. Like, yeah, you develop draft players, but if you're consistently if the kids you're losing are going to the SEC and the Big Ten, I think you're doing a good job. If the kids you're losing are going to the Mountain West and the Sun Belt, you're probably not doing a great job, So I think development as a program has to be something that they lean into. Like they can't go at it with the attitude of like, we're going to get 5 stars and they're going to stay with us the entire time. Like it's just not going to happen in modern football. Like you're going to lose guys like Delane. It's just going to happen. You have to be able to be good enough to find the next one.
Yeah. Like if we're good enough and have enough money to where like those type of players, we can offer like a competitive counter to whatever the other schools are offering, and they like strongly consider it, and maybe they stay, maybe they don't. Cool. Like, well, we should have next man up, like just like a master motivator developer type.
Yeah.
But right now we need a guy to come in because he's gonna have to come in. We're gonna need that salesman, that guy that's gonna bring kids with him, and he's gonna be able to recruit fast and convince people to come and you're probably gonna have to do the Jacksonville Jaguar things where you overpay free agents for a while because just the extra incentive to come to your program. But hopefully we get to a point where the Mahuls of the world, their donations are added bonuses and very thankful for, more so than a dire need. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you to give us this much money for us to be able to survive. No,
100%.
we need Mo, we need extra $2 million to keep this kid. We think, all right, cool, bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus like, brother, save us.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pry definitely proved that you could bring talent to Blacksburg to compete. Like, I think the team has talent. I think the team this year, I think the team last year had the talent to be in the upper echelon of the ACC, which is pretty much all I expect as of right now with the way college football is. And as it should be. Like, the next coach should be able to come in here, and with the money that Virginia Tech is investing into football, they should be a top 5, top 6 program in the ACC year after year. I mean, that should be automatic. You need more money if you want to compete with Clemson and FSU on a year-to-year basis. But I mean, we should be with what we're putting in right now, much better, significantly better than where we're at. Versus a lot of the ACC teams, let alone ODU and and some of those teams. So a lot of work to do.
Money didn't lose us Vanderbilt or Rutgers or Marshall or ODU twice like that was just, you could have beat them with $0. Like, we spend more money than they do. So
I mean,
it's crazy to me.
On paper, like, I feel like we have the talent to beat them. And even if you lose, like, it shouldn't be the way that we're losing, too. That's pretty inexcusable. So hopefully they go out and like, man, Luke Fickell, like, give me I'd be down for a bounce back guy too. Like, you give me like I'm cool with Billy Napier. I'm cool with Luke Fickell. Like, give me a guy that his expectations, his job was too much for a big school like a blue blood, drops down to Virginia Tech, revitalize his career. See you later. Go to Bama in 6 years. Like cool with that. We would have loved Luke Fickell 4 years ago.
Hell
He's going
yeah.
to be available. So
Yeah, they are probably going to get rid of him, huh?
yeah, I don't think Wisconsin fans are too happy right now. They weren't very happy last year, and I don't think it's getting much better. So
my thing with Billy Napier is he had so much money and so many resources. Like, how did that not work?
playing in the
I'm
SEC,
wondering if Florida, they've had an issue like this for a while though. Like, I wonder if there's just too many people that are donating money that are trying to keep their hand in the cookie jar and just like trying to decide everything, and it's just like messing up the mojo down. I don't know. Like Urban Meyer was a big enough name and big enough asshole to probably keep people out, but like I think people might just have like their ideas of what the program should look like, and it might be messing up what they're doing down there. I don't know, but
I would
DJ Lagway looks like shit, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely bet that's the case because there's no doubt that like Billy Napier is a good football coach. He's put enough stuff on the field in past stops. Like that's not the issue. So it's a culture problem, and yeah, that falls on the head coach. But sometimes, sometimes the job is bigger than you, and it's hard to rise to the occasion when you have too many bosses.
No, that's 1,000% true. I mean, also like I don't really want to go G6 route again. I know everyone likes that Memphis coach. I know it's irrational, but like that gives me PTSD. But like Stumroll, obviously, I think is going to be everyone's top choice from Tulane just because he wins. And then was it Galesh down at USF? He's going to be a top name for a lot of people too. He came from Tennessee, and I pretty much take anybody. Well, not anybody, but like somebody from that tree, like athletic director wise or coach wise, as far as like coordinators go under Heupel, because Galesh was there or whatever with Hendon and the resurgence to Tennessee, and then the current OC they have obviously is like his top confidant that he's had since like 2009, and then Tim Banks we wanted as our DC, and we just didn't have the money, but. So I don't know. Like if you can get like an AD head coach combo to come in, that would be cool because it would save you so much time. But I just have no idea what it's going to look like until they get rid of everyone and start anew. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully they go that route. I mean, it'd be pretty tough if they just let Witt take a stab at the next guy. But I'm with you on the G5 stuff. Like, I think it's not like coaching is not always a linear path to success. Just because there's a coach that gets fired from an SEC or Big 12 program that struggled, doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad coach. They could just be their situation could be what it is. And so I think those names are hot names that you listed. I think a lot of schools are probably going to be going after some of those dudes. So
absolutely.
I mean. If that's why I say the process has got to be different. Like if you're Virginia Tech and you're going out there being like, oh, we're going to take a stab at all the hottest G5 names that every school wants that's looking for a head coach. I mean, you're going to be behind the 8 ball, right, on that. So I want to see them take a different approach. Do something that's not Virginia Tech to do. Take a risk, take a flyer, change it up. You're only going to keep getting the same results if you have the same process.
No, I agree. I think they got to come with that money and put it on the table and be like, take somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just go hire somebody. Like, take somebody.
Yeah.
The Michael Vick thing's been getting floated around, and like, I love Michael Vick, but I'm completely out on this thing. Like, do not do this because one, we're not in a position to take that kind of risk. Like, it would ruin us if it didn't work, and it would ruin him. And I'm not down to hear anybody talking crazy about our GOAT. Like, I don't want his legacy at Virginia Tech to be ruined because he came back and tried to save the program before we even know if he was ready or we were ready. Like, it's just a bad idea.
My buddy texted me about Vic too. It was like, he's a Michigan fan. He was like, yo, you guys should sign Vic as head coach. And I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think it'd be a good hire. But it'd be different. I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, we're already bad. It can't really get any worse. I mean, it would suck for
Yeah.
his reputation as a coach if they're terrible, which they probably will be, but maybe he's a dog. I don't know. I haven't seen him in the coaching room. He's definitely got respect and he's definitely got the street cred and he can definitely recruit. I mean, you got to be able to do those things if you're Michael Vick, but who knows, man? Maybe he can hire some good coordinators. Just be a figurehead.
Yeah, I mean, you got the budget, you can like that's also another thing. Like we got to up the money so we're not having 8-week coach searches for coordinators because 10 people turned us down because it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but to me, honestly, that's more of like a who's your network problem. Like I feel like Brent Pry didn't have since he was a first time head coach, he doesn't really have the expanded network to bring in all these different coaches that a typical journeyman head coach or up and coming head coach would have. You know what I mean? Like if we hired Penn State's head coach, he probably would have brought Penn State coaches with him. We didn't get any Penn State coaches with their defensive coordinator, for
mm-mm.
obvious reasons. So I think you want the guy that brings all of his buddies with him because I feel like that's typically a sign of a good coach. You should have the network to go bring your dudes with you, and then you don't have to go on an 8-week search because you got 10 guys on speed dial. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also down. I mean, I would be down to try. I mean, Dan Mullen scares me a little bit because his shortcomings at Florida were kind of the same as Pry's, like game
Yeah.
mismanagement and like just like close losses. And then like Gus Malzahn, like nobody's really talking about him, but like he did things with dual threat quarterbacks. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of Tech's thing. Like I know we're not really trying to, but to revisit like Tech's thing, but I feel like in the modern age, even pocket passers are mobile. So like
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think Gus
I
would
would
be
be
cool.
down to try it. Yeah, I would be down to give it a shot. I don't know where they want to go. Like it's all word vomit at this point, and just like everybody's just content chasing, which is
Yeah.
fine because I was nervous about how the hell we're getting through this season, and then they gave us a gift by now we're gonna have potential AD search, we're gonna have potential coach search, like we got an interim coach, like we're gonna have to see how this team responds. Like obviously it should look good against Wofford. If not, I'm very scared. But like I don't know. Like, does Drones keep his job? Does Drones get benched? Like, should he get benched? Probably. I
Yeah.
thought Pry should have benched him against ODU. I was like, especially when they went up so big, I was like, it's obviously over. Like, are you just at this point like sinking with the ship? Like,
I thought he
I
looked
would have.
bad, week
Yeah,
one. I thought he looked bad last year. But also, I don't think we have anyone that can develop quarterbacks. So I think that's part of it too. Like he's the same player he was when he walked in the door,
yep,
however many years ago, which has been a constant theme for Virginia Tech. It's like guys, not a lot of guys get better when they come here, which definitely needs to change. I think the guys that have been the best that we put in the NFL typically in the most recent years have been transfers that come in and pop off,
yeah.
so like Tootin and Lane in most recent years. But we definitely got to get back on like the development train where it's like you're seeing guys go to the NFL again. You're taking dudes from high school and getting them drafted. Like that's what you got to see, not this, ever evolving door of guys going in and out.
Yeah, who's the last guy we? I guess the last guy we put in the league that was like truly homegrown, developed at Virginia Tech's Dorian Strong, like this past year, and he's starting for the Bills right now due to injuries, and he's playing pretty well. I don't know what he did yesterday, but I imagine it was good because they beat the brakes off of the Jets. I think that's who they played or whoever they played, but
Yeah, it was the
like,
Jets. Yeah.
yeah, so like Dorian, like, but he came in like he was kind of the truth when he came in, and then everyone kind of like shit on him because he was wearing 44, and like you know, I heard all the rumors like, oh, he can't put his weight room numbers up. Yeah, he can't put his weight room numbers up. But Dorian was great. I mean, Mansour looks like the Mansour that we were supposed to have. Like that is who the Mansour at LSU is the Mansour that we were supposed to have at Virginia Tech, and I really think it's because he has no choice. They're like he has to be a dog, whereas he was already the best in the room at Virginia Tech, so there was really no threat of losing his job, no threat of like somebody like of anybody overtaking him, which I think is also like against Vanderbilt last year, he should have been benched to get some fear put into him as far as like nothing motivates you more than the thought of losing your position. So like I thought he should have been benched when they were just teeing off on him, but he's killing it now. So, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
too late.
schematically, he's got way more athletes around him, So I think that makes him like he's gonna look good when there's other people around that are also good. I think that definitely helps his case out. He's always been a dog. He'll be an NFL player for sure. Sucks we couldn't keep him, but at least like I said before, if you're losing, if those are the types of guys that you're losing when you do lose them, because this transfer portal, it's gonna happen. Like make it be the SEC and the Big Ten. Like you shouldn't have a starter that's leaving. If you have a starter that leaves Virginia Tech, they should go to one of those two conferences. And if they don't, then you have a problem.
Yeah, like oh damn, they paid him $4 million. We can't do that. Okay, fine. Yeah, I get it. It's going to be interesting because I would like to talk about the ODU game, but there really isn't shit. Like we just got spanked. Like they out schemed us, which is a problem. Like I was talking to Marcus Vick the other day, and he was like, or after the game, and he was like, "This never would have happened." And I was like, "No, no, you guys would have put like 60 on them." Like those old, like you used to be like if you played a school of that level, like you were dogging them, and now it's like they kind of eat our lunch, and that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan played Central Michigan over the weekend, which is my alma mater, and beat them 63 to 3. So
yeah,
that's what Bryce it should Underwood. Look like. Yeah, the Bryce Underwood effect.
Talk about return on investment, though. Like they must be happy because they're getting it.
Yeah, I mean, didn't get it against Oklahoma week 1, but
no, he didn't.
He'll be good. They'll be a solid. They'll be back. I just don't know if Sherrone Moore is really their long-term answer at head coach, but
not at all.
He can recruit, which is good.
I think he was the guy they plugged in. Like if we get hit with these infractions, that it won't be hard to cut bait on that and go find the next guy. But yeah, I mean, they seem to have a pretty solid. I mean, they got money, so like they can just spend.
Yeah, but largest endowment, I think, in the U.S. University of Michigan, like $12 billion they're sitting on. Yeah, they're made of money. I mean, they're absolutely made of money.
That's another thing. If you can get the money up at Tech, that makes it like attractive. Is they're not in debt. Like UCLA is like $200 million in debt. Like there's all these schools that have like hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, but Virginia Tech doesn't have any, which they should because I mean you gotta spend money to make money. But like at the same time, like if you could be an AD to come into a $200 million budget, no debt, you get to build out your whole shit. Like I feel like it's a better job than people think it is at this point.
I think it's a great job. I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything otherwise. I mean, not only can you do that, but if you like, the way I would look at it if I was an AD is it's a school that has had prior success. They're in a power conference. They're not in the power 2, but it's up there, and we're smack dab in the middle of conference realignment. So if you come in as an AD, as an up and coming athletic director, and you take a power 4 team and turn them and take them through conference realignment in the NIL structure that we currently have, you're going to get an unreal job when that's all said and done. And so I think it's like, I would look at it as like a fast track to a career, like come here, do your time. And when you leave, you can get a job at any school in the country if you do it the right way, which, I mean, it's got everything you need to do it the right way.
No, that's facts. How you feel about the John Gruden rumblings?
Are they saying that they want Virginia Tech to hire him?
Well, John Gruden put a TikTok video out like probably a year ago or something. It resurfaced where he was like, "If Virginia Tech needs me, they know where to find me. Just give me a call." Like he's trying to get back into coaching, I guess. I'm not really like, I wouldn't hate it necessarily, but I don't think it's really what we should do.
I mean, I don't think they have the balls to do it, but if they did it, I would respect it.
I mean, it would be a clout hire for sure. But
Yeah, it'd be fun.
like,
I mean, it would modernize the program in a way. You'd be all over Instagram Reels every week with John Gruden saying some dumb stuff, But
it would be the Belichick effect without Jordan. Yeah,
I think he'd be better than Belichick.
I do too.
I think Belichick is. I don't know what he's doing. I think he thinks he's on vacation, but I think Gruden would actually be pretty solid.
He'd be like the sleep in the office type of guy, like Harbaugh was when he got the Niners.
Yeah. I mean, Gruden needs his get back. If he wants to come to Virginia Tech to get it, all right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, lay off the emails, brother, and like I mean, if he can convince a massive portal class to come in to replace what we're inevitably going to lose, then yes. But if not, you need to bring a college coach in that's going to have a slew of kids he's ready to bring with him to help supplement and like soften the blow of what's going to happen in January when that thing opens.
Oh yeah. I mean, I also don't think he's gonna he wouldn't want to ruin his own reputation. So I think if he were to take a job, I think he would take it with the confidence that he could turn it around.
He certainly has a network for coaching hires,
Yeah, I mean,
like his staff build out.
He could build out a staff yesterday if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So,
and I hope he brings his assistant Jake Malasek with him.
Yeah, I mean he could connect us with the whole Barstool crew.
Yeah.
And we already got a bunch of New York kids that go to the school, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I guess the portal officially opened today for people at Virginia Tech if they want to leave. Only Dante Lovett has taken them up on that offer so far. So I'm hoping that the damage is minimal. I think it also helps that the NIL house settlement thing are monthly payments. And if you enter the portal, your payments are void at that point. Like they'd stop. So I feel like kids are like, I might as well get some film and keep my money and let's enter in January, which is fine. I would rather be able to field a team for the year.
Yeah.
And just ride it out and see what happens. I mean, maybe Monty can string some. I don't think he's going to string anything together, but maybe. Like, I didn't think we were going to get smacked by ODU, so here we are.
Crazier things have happened. Crazier things.
Yeah. Maybe it's a different level of discipline. Maybe it's a different philosophy. Maybe he makes a quarterback change. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe incorporate a slant or a drag route when you're getting your ass blitzed 8 million times a game. Like maybe do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, but holy shit, man. Like no blitz beaters, no nothing. Like I was just like, the O-line's bad, yes, but Kyron still has 2.5 seconds to get the ball out, which is a normal amount of time. Like he's just not.
And Drones is not a very like poised quarterback under pressure. I feel like he just like shits his pants every time he's under pressure. So that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tough times in Blacksburg, Virginia, man. I'm hoping we get it turned around.
Hey man, I guess we're at the bottom of the valley. It's only up from here.
Yeah. Sean Glennon dunked on us on Saturday night. He said under rock bottom is a layer of Hokie stone. He tweeted that. So that was fun. But yeah, it was the whole world was just shitting on us, and I was like, man. And now we're like the first like vacancy besides UCLA, so all the talking heads that know nothing are just saying stuff. It's going to be interesting times for us.
Yeah, speaking of talking heads, that's probably the biggest reason I got off Twitter entirely. I just feel like the internet sports world in general is just horrendous. I mean, if your team is not winning the national championship or the Super Bowl, I mean, it's an everyday constant series of bad takes. And so now I just get all my information off The Athletic, which I primarily use, and then I'll scroll through Instagram from time to time, get stuff from there. But yeah, I was tired. I was tired of the Twitter warriors, and the talking
Yeah.
heads, ESPN clips getting on there. Like, I just wasn't learning anything about the sport. It's just a constant circle jerk of, well, yeah, people that are not in tune with the actual program, like you said, bad takes.
Yeah, it's either your generation or your ass.
Yeah.
Or like they're comparing you to like, oh man, this person had a 28-point game. Are they LeBron James? Like, no. Look,
Yeah.
just stop. I get it. And you're coaching football now, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I started.
What's your position?
Outside linebackers. Yeah. So
High school ball.
Year. Yeah, man. High school ball. We are 3-1 right now. So good year. Last year I was out of school. We went 0-10. So that was pretty tough. Rough year. And then I left that school, and the school I'm at now is really good. So very fortunate to be there, and a lot of good coaches on the staff. So it's been, I mean, my group, I'll usually in our base scheme have one kid on the field as a strong side backer. This week I have two. Last week I also had two. But it varies. But it's great. I literally have to focus on one kid at a time typically, and just coach them up that way. So it's been a great experience.
Yeah, man. It's kind of like that's, how do you find that, by the way? Like, was it like a Craigslist ad or Facebook or what?
My girlfriend's dad, he coached for like 20 years up the road in Dayton, and one of the kids that he coached was the head coach of the school that I was at last year. And so that's how I got that connection. And then I knew somebody at work that her kids went to the school that I'm at now. And so when I left that one, I was like, I messaged her and I'm like, hey, do they need any help there? I'm good with unpaid, whatever. And she was like, yeah. So hooked me up with the coach, interviewed, and they found a spot for me. So, it's funny. I feel like it feels like when I was getting into coaching, it felt like, how do I even start here? And you quickly find out that like every high school program desperately needs help in some sort of way. I mean, there's just not enough people doing it because there's no money in it for obvious reasons. But if you want to coach high school football, I don't think it's hard to find a program that needs some help, at least to get you started. And then obviously once you get your feet underneath you and get some years on your resume, you can, all right, let me go be a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator somewhere, but you can definitely coach a position group pretty easily with, just making sure you build some sort of network and do your homework.
Are we getting coordinator drift in a couple years? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I don't know if I could handle it with like the coordinators that are at the school that I'm at right now. Like, it's their full-time job. Like that's their career. I'm not, like, this is not my career. I do it on the side for fun. So I don't know if I could swing that with the current job, but I mean, if I could, I would. just probably not in the cards. But I think where I'm at now is as an assistant coach and have a little group is plenty. It's fun to be out there on Friday nights, and it gives me something to like fixate on rather than watching my college team or NFL team suck.
Yeah, Joe Burr, he's gone for a couple weeks. So the Broncos get a Joe Burrow-less fucking matchup.
Yeah. Monday Night Football. Jake Browning. Trap game.
Yeah. No, I mean, shoot, I was so mad when we lost yesterday after Saturday, and then the undisciplined crap I saw yesterday. I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do it this weekend.
Some dude put in one of my group chats. We have like a bozo bet group chat where like it's 10 guys, everyone throws a bet in, and then we build a parlay, and then the bet that breaks the parlay, that guy has to place the next one. So it's like a constant cycle of like you're putting parlays down. If it ever hits, everyone splits the winnings. But one kid yesterday threw in Colts -2.5, and I was like, when he sent that in, I'm like, yeah, right. Like they're getting smoked by the Broncos. I was pretty shocked that the Colts won that game.
Me too. It's just kind of like you were talking about coaching linebackers. Brent Pry is a linebacker guy, and we didn't have good linebacker play the whole damn time he was here. Like it was just mind-boggling to me just how bad our linebacker room was like the whole time he was our coach.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that's probably one of the most shocking aspects of it. But also, if you take Micah Parsons like out of the equation, like is there really that many disciples that he created at Penn State?
Not that I can name.
I mean, yeah. I mean, linebacker guy, and it's like, dude, anyone could have coached Micah Parsons. Like I could have coached Micah Parsons. Go on the field and do a job. Great. He's going to be an NFL player regardless. So, yeah, I don't know who really gets the credit for making Micah Parsons. I would probably say his parents and his high school or JV or freshman coach that had him when he was when he was really young. But when you get up to that college level, like if you're a dude, you're gonna be a dude by yourself. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, man, it was very obvious. Like it needed to end. ODU obviously put a stamp on that, but like, everyone like there's always the jokes like Dan's drinking buddies, like, because I would always see him out or whatever if I was down there. But like, I understand wins and losses rule everything, and if you're not punching it in on Saturday, man, like you got to go. So it was very obvious. Like, and I know, like, a bit of me is sad for the reason that he came in. Everybody wanted it to work. He was very accessible as far as letting. Like he was very good with the podcast. Like Tales from the Terrordome doesn't reach where it is without his willingness to let podcasts have access to coaches and players, and Cheetah helping and Fontel helping. Like this staff like really did help me a good bit with getting guests and getting content, and I'll forever be thankful for that. But at the same time, like if I see them outside, I'll give them a dap. Like I'll drink a beer. Like I'll do whatever. But I need my football team to win games, and if you're not doing that, then it's business, buddy. Like I'm done. Like you got to go. We need a new staff, and that's what's going to happen. And I'm happy for that. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like people were like, "Oh man," and I was like, I hope the new dude comes in and like lets everybody still access players and coaches and get interviews. But if he shuts it all down and he's winning 9 to 10 games, I don't care because I'll have plenty of content to talk about because they're winning games.
Yeah,
so like
you have plenty of content too when they're bad and they're firing their coaches and all that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're good dudes. I mean, I agree. I wanted them to succeed. I mean, they were cool. They were out in the community and nice to everyone and wanted to be like they had the right intentions. They weren't the right guys for the problem. So
yeah,
it's a shame.
Like I think like if Justin Fuente came back to Blacksburg, I don't think anybody would be excited to see him. But I think like if Brent Pry and them are good in the community. They just weren't good on the field, So like they could hang out around and like still live there or whatever if they wanted to, or have a house there, and like nobody would like heckle them. I don't think. Whereas at least they have that. But like it's time, like whatever. It's time to get somebody new. It's time to get a whole new regime, a new everything, and just like get to it because we are coming into a crucial time in college football when the other two powerhouse conferences are going to start looking to to pick the best of the best that are left, and you don't want to be left out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I totally agree with you. I think it's going to be super interesting to see what they end up doing. I really want. I don't know if you ever like. Have you followed much like international soccer ever at all?
I'll do like World Cup, or like I'm actually in a soccer group chat now with like Ricky and Steven and them, and Kyle.
Nice.
So I learn a little bit.
I'm telling you, that soccer has figured it out. They have like when they trade players, or like when a club buys a player from another club, like the club gets a portion of the fee, right? So like if you spawn LeBron James at whatever school that you're at, and you obviously have to sell them to a much better team, like you get a cut for like developing that talent. So I think their structure in international soccer is like what college football needs to adopt, because it's like you got to figure out a way to incentivize the other schools to like develop talent. And if you're Virginia Tech, you're going to have to figure out, okay, maybe we develop this dude and he leaves. Well, now we're shit out of luck. But if you have some sort of system where when you develop him and he has to leave for much more money, at least you can get something back for it. You know what I mean? Like at least you can get some money back from it and recycle that in and use it to find the next one. Like I think that's what college football is missing. You know, I think we'll get there eventually, but right now it's like, dude, the MAC, like you think we're in trouble? The MAC schools are in big time trouble. Mountain West schools, FCS schools, like if you're not making money the way that you think you should be from football, I mean, those schools right now are getting nothing, and their coaches are recruiting even more around the clock than a school like Virginia Tech. So the whole system needs a revamp, and hopefully we can figure out a way to be on the right side of it.
Speaking of the MAC, Ohio, they held it together a little bit versus Ohio State. They only gave up like 38 points.
Dude, and they beat West Virginia the week before.
Yeah. Also, how the hell did Toledo hold on to Quinyon Mitchell? Like, that's crazy that he didn't get poached.
Toledo has been a powerhouse in the MAC for a long time. They have a sneaky
good program. They're good.
Yeah.
Marshall was a MAC school back in the day.
Dude, shout out Were you there when they were MAC school?
No, hell no. They were Conference USA.
Okay. Yeah, MAC.
Yeah.
Good old Tuesday night football. There's nothing grittier than that.
I love MACtion.
Oh man. I remember leaving class at like 5:00 on a Tuesday night, heading to the lots, tailgating for like 2 hours, and then you're sitting there and it's 28 degrees, snowing, and you're like, what am I doing here on a Tuesday night watching Central Michigan play North or Eastern Michigan or whoever from the MAC? So yeah, MAC football's not for the faint of heart.
Not at all. Drift, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come on here out of retirement, talk to the people, let them know what you've been up to, because, you were active for a long time, and then you just were like, bro, I can't do this anymore. And I respect it. So you were like, I'm just going to focus on being a season ticket holder for the Bengals and my work and coaching football.
Yeah, shift the priorities. But yeah, it was good to be back, man. I appreciate you having me on. Anytime I'll be willing to jump on here. So definitely good to talk. And shout out to everybody else, especially those of you that I knew from the Twitter sphere, if you're listening. So I miss all you guys interacting on a day-to-day basis, but the rest of the Twitter sphere, I don't think I can handle that. So
yeah, dude, absolutely, man. And as always, dude, go Hokies.
Absolutely, bro. Go Hokies. Got to get it back.